Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Africa. Good morning, world. My name is Barrister Pink Republic, aka the Princess of Umokbo, Oka Anambra State. There's gist everywhere. When they say there's gist everywhere. See, let me just start. So let me give you the rundown for today. I know a lot of people are expecting one or two gist. See, there's gist everywhere in this world. That's the only truth I can tell you. There's gist everywhere in the world. Let me start with Shego Arinze. I don't know the person. Oh. I don't know the person that the devil was using. I don't know who has been looking for her to break a news so that they will blog. This person carried themselves. Huh? This person carried themselves and opened their blog. What we started seeing that Shegun Arinze is sick. He's sick. He's sick. And I was wondering, again? But when I now made my research, it now turned out that it's a fake news. Why will somebody look at somebody and believe that, oh, this is a fake news? Actually, this is the picture that was going around. And that picture is a picture when Shego Arinze was in a movie set. And this person took pictures from that movie set and started sharing it around. You won't see people saying, now wow, what is happening in this industry? It's like in that picture, Shego Arinze's tummy was big. It was big. Like all these kwashoko people. And the person was like, oh, Shego Arinze is sick. Yeah, some people can lie. Shego Arinze has come out to say he's not sick. Oh, it was at a movie set where they took that picture. They don't understand why the person will do this. They don't understand the reason behind why the person actually did this. No, I want to Shego Arinze. I like the way he just came out and started constructing big grammar for every one of them, because even he too, he was shocked that this kind of lie somebody can even tell it, and even we self we haven't believing. Well, it is sounding believable, and it now come to me that, so is it that people they go to movie set waiting for when any of our actor will be in a compromising situation and use it against them? That is not fair. I will say it. So Shego Arinze now went to his internet and was saying, in quote, to say that some people are mentally deranged would be an understatement. Firstly, I don't know you from anywhere. We are not related, neither are we friends. And you had the guts to go on Facebook to post a picture of me on a movie set working, then decide to tell the world that a member of your family is sick, not his family. I'm using this media to clear the air that I'm very hale and hearty. I am not in any way sick, and also to let Sarah Irete Ajayi at Tagbo know that I'll be taking legal actions against her for spreading false news about me. You have caused me a lot of pain and embarrassment. I'm just me alone, but my family and friends as well. People calling me and sending messages from around the world. Thank you to everyone who reached out to me. God bless you all. Who is the devil that sent this girl to start saying this thing? That is how they'll say, is it Rachel Okonkwo or something like that? There's a picture of her going around selling plantain. The person will now craft a very good caption and say, oh, Rachel Okonkwo is not poor. Oh. She's not poor, you know. No, that's so daft. You know that these people are actors and actresses, so you know that they will be in any compromising situation just for them to make it look real. Be very careful out there. And even in that picture, Rachel Okonkwo is looking pregnant. That's how you have one yeah post and say she's pregnant for one mechanic or something like that. You have to be very careful. People are in a hurry to spread bad news. They're always in a hurry to do breaking news for things that are not in existence. Oh God, have mercy, you know. I pray that Segun Arize actually take that step and he should not sleep on his rights. So I want to also, I'm trying to, the internet here is a little bit bad. Yes, I'm trying to, you know, yesterday, I said yesterday, on Monday, the president announced how will I say, it's a suspension. To me, I see it more as a suspension because according to the section 305 of the 1999 Constitution, if you want to remove somebody, you remove somebody. All these partial removals I keep seeing on the internet, I think they should stop it. Yeah, they should stop all these partial removals because to me, it's not hiding anything. They should remove all this partial removal, and I don't even know why they are gazetting the partial remover. That is the truth. Why are they gazetting the partial remover? Why are they gazetting the partial remover? Because it's 6 months they gave to them, and I'm trying to get what the NBA said, and I don't know why the network here is not giving me a chance to explain myself why I should use this network. I wanted to read out what the NBA said about it, but if the network, let me see if the network is not back. I don't know if they want us to be stretching like this, looking for network up and down. But the truth is that the network nowadays is not encouraging, and they've increased tariff. Unlike a particular network that is lemon green, when you place the first call in the morning, they'll tell you that they'll charge you a particular amount, like 10 naira for your first call of the day. And later on, you just see that they've increased it to 15 naira. I don't know what's wrong with the internet, but I know that I'm going to achieve this, and I'm going to read what the NBA said. So the president of Nigeria, I don't know why the internet. So let me see if I can reboot so that I can get better internet, because this is not really allowing me to do anything. But the truth is that it is not okay for you to just wake up one morning and just start lying and saying that, oh, this person is dead, this person is sick. You know, sometimes you make one or two mistake, and immediately you notice it, you delete it immediately. I hope you understand. Don't follow suit. Just confirm the story. Don't follow people that will break news and leave you hanging, and at the end you find out that you are the only one that actually blocked that story. People actually make mistakes. We are bloggers. So there is another story I want to share with you people, which is that's why I'm waiting for this internet to come outside. They now say bloggers need office. I think it has passed first reading that bloggers will need office, and I think they are trying to curb those ones that masquerade themselves, and you might not really tell. There are some people that with names that are not real, but at the end you can find out, you can trace where they are actually operating from, right? But some of them, especially some, I don't want to start calling their name, but they know themselves. They are coming from the path of hate, whereby they'll be targeting. They will be targeting people. Yeah, to me, they are targeting people, especially politicians and those people that have made it. They try to bring out the true story they believe they know. And so many things I've read, I believe that it might be defamation, and the person behind that blog might not be somebody that likes you. But if they say they want office, even CAC said, before you register your own company, they always demand for your, what will I say? They always demand for your address, your proposed address. So So I want to read what the NBA said about. I will come back to that blogger's office. Should I go straight to the blogger's office? Okay, I think so. Since I'm already on it, I should go straight to the blogger's office since I'm already on it, so that we don't need to join issues. But I want us to understand where the reps they are coming from, and do you really agree with them? Why bloggers should have office, and why is it important for them to pass it? Because they already have CAC that registers company. So when they say registered office, some people will use their house address because they were not planning to have like a proper office. You understand? They are not planning to have like a proper office, so some people will actually use their office, their home address for it. The network is terrible here where I'm recording this my video. So NBA. I don't even know why somebody will buy data and be struggling to use it. I don't think it's fair. To me, I don't think it's fair. And there's an increase already. And you buy so much data for you to use it for your live program. But let me tell you what the NBA said. The NBA said that the state of emergency in Rivers, suspension or otherwise summary removal of a democratically elected governor and other electoral official is unconstitutional. That is what the NBA is saying. And I agree with them because there's nothing like, I've read the Constitution up and down, especially that section 305. I did not see any part where they wrote that you have to. You don't understand? They can suspend a governor. Where I know is that state of emergency. You understand? I know of the state of emergency. So that state of emergency, it is total, whereby they will take off. But the only smart thing I noticed that our president did was that he made sure that the person that was going to take over power from Fubara is a retired uniform man. I like the fact that he did not give it to a sitting uniform person. You understand? I don't know. This internet is really, really terrible. But we'll find it. I don't know if they want us to be doing like this, for us to be searching for the internet. Because we would have rounded up if only all these things open. We would have rounded up. When you try to click the video to be the page to be telling you page not found, and this is a well-loaded credit phone. Nigeria, we need to discuss about this, because you cannot pay so much money for data and you can't even use it even at the comfort of a place. Must it be your home? Must it be a place that they have mass? So these are the things we need to discuss in Nigeria. As the thing is still rolling, let me even look at other topic I can be discussing pending when this thing comes up. But the only thing I will tell you that the NBA said it is unconstitutional. It's not going to fly. Let me check other topics, because this is getting out of hand and I cannot really access the rating. So actually, Natasha went on Tuesday to I don't know if she went or they came to her to BBC Hausa, and she was saying that there was a time that Senator Akpabio did not see a ring on her hand, and Akpabio was asking, is this an invitation to treat? Well, if you ask me, it looks a little bit funny, but it depends on how he said it that made her to think that this guy is harassing her. But from my own point of view, do I see as an harassment that somebody is asking you, this is an invitation to treat? You know, these people, they are all family members. That's what I found out. I found out that these people are all related in one way or the other. It's not everybody's matter I want to be carrying on my head. That is the truth. I found out that they are all related in one way or the other. I found out they are all related in one way or the other. So it's somehow, if you don't know the person before, maybe, but sometimes they say people you abusers are somebody that is very, very close. The person that abuses you might be somebody that is very, very close. Have you ever thought of it? So that's what Senator Natasha is claiming, that she saw it as an abuse. Asking her after because she's not wearing my wedding ring and all that. You know, at this point, I think people should be learning how to mind their business, which I do a lot. I mind my business a lot. Even when I see people rolling on the floor, what I actually do is that, should I call a doctor for you? I don't touch them. So people are always in a hurry to rush towards where people are to start trying to carry them to the hospital. Some people don't actually need help. They want to use it to look for your trouble, or they want to use it to trap you. So what you should do is that learn not to touch people. You're not a doctor. I will tell people you're not a certified doctor. Don't be giving people dosage, this one, that one, or giving mouth-to-mouth resuscitation when you don't even know how to do it. Allow the experts to do it. Yes, the person is your friend, but I will not lie to you. I don't like touching people that suddenly collapse or other. What I do is that I run to look for help for them, or I use like water to pour them, but I don't like touching them, because you don't even know if that movement, because sometimes they'll say when you move somebody, you wouldn't have moved the person would have been better, the person would have been this, the person would have been that. So sometimes I get confused about this whole thing. Okay, the internet has picked up. So about the state of emergency. So Senator Natasha, I will come back to you, but I have to read the state of emergency since it's the one that actually came up now. So the state of emergency in Rivers, suspension or otherwise summary removal of a democratically elected governor and other elected officials is unconstitutional. That is signed by the president of the Nigerian NBA. That is a Maazi Afam Osigwe San. So let me read what he said. He said, the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, has taken due notice of the declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as contained in this address to the nation today. That was 18th March 2025. This declaration, according to the president, is due to the prevailing political tension in the state and due to the vandalization of pipeline between yesterday and today. This development has far-reached constitutional and democratical implications, particularly in height of the provision of Section 305 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, which governs the procedure for the proclamation of a state of emergency, which the President purported to have relied upon. Section 305 of the Constitution indeed vests the President with the power to declare a state of emergency. The section stipulates strict conditions and procedural safeguards that must be followed to ensure that such extraordinary measures do not infringe on democratic governance and fundamental human rights. The NBA is gravely concerned about the purported suspension by the President of the Governor of Rivers State, the Deputy Governor, and the members of the Rivers State House of Assembly for 6 months. The 1999 Constitution does not grant the President the power to remove an elected governor, deputy governor, or members of a state legislature under the guise of a state of emergency. Rather, the Constitution provides clear procedures for removal of governor and deputy governor as per Section 188. Similarly, the removal of members of the House of Assembly and dissolution of Parliament is governed by constitutional provisions and electoral laws, none of which appears to have been adhered to in the present circumstances. If our elders no obey law, then now they want to push more obey law. They have to dey show example. Please, people should be showing example. It's because I'm obeying law, because maybe because I'm a lawyer and I know the implication. Now if younger people are seeing people disobeying the constitution, will they obey? A declaration of emergency does not automatically dissolve or suspend elected state governments. The constitution does not empower the president to unilaterally remove or replace elected officials. Such actions amount to an unconstitutional usurpation of power and a fundamental breach of Nigerian federal structure. The NBA firmly asserts that the situation in Rivers State, though politically tense, does not meet the constitutional threshold for the removal of elected officials. For a state of emergency to be declared, Section 3053 of the Constitution outlines specific conditions, including war of external aggression against Nigeria, imminent danger of invasion or war, a breakdown of public order and safety to such an extent that ordinary legal measures are insufficient, a clear danger to Nigeria's existence. Number 5, occurrence of any disaster or natural calamity affecting a state or a part of it. Such other public danger that constitutes a threat of the federation, not just a state. The NBA questions whether the political crisis in Rivers State has reached the level of a complete breakdown of law and order, warranting the removal of the governor and his administration. Political disagreements, legislative conflict, or executive-legislative tensions do not constitute a justification for emergency rule. Such conflicts should be resolved through legal and constitutional mechanisms, including the judiciary, rather than executive fiat. The purported removal of Governor Fubara, his deputy, and members of the Rivers State House of Assembly is therefore unconstitutional, unlawful, and a dangerous affront to our nation's democracy. Furthermore, subsection 2 of Section 305 provides that a proclamation issued by the President under this section shall cease to have effect, as it is not approved by a resolution of the National Assembly with 2 days when the National Assembly is in session, or if the National Assembly is not in session within 10 days after it reconvenes. These provisions provide that a state of emergency declared by the President does not assume automatic, that's Section 1, automatic validity. It requires legislative ratification within a defined time frame to remain in effect. The NBA therefore emphasizes that unless the National Assembly duly approves the proclamation, the declaration of the state of emergency in Rivers State remains constitutionally incorrect and ineffective. In the light of the foregoing, the Nigerian Bar Association affirms that the President does not have the constitutional power to remove an elected governor under a state of emergency. Any other action is an unconstitutional encroachment of democratic governance and the autonomy of state governments. Calls on the National Assembly to reject any unconstitutional attempt to ratify the removal of the Rivers State Rivers State Governor and other elected officials. The approval of a state of emergency must be based on strict constitutional grounds, not political expediency. The NBA warns the suspending elected officials under emergency rules set a dangerous precedent that undermines democracy and could be misused to unseat elected governments in the future. Demands that all actions taken in Rivers State strictly conform to constitutional provision and Nigerians' democratic norms. Encourages all stakeholders, including judiciary, civil servants, and the international community, to closely monitor the situation in Rivers State to prevent unconstitutional governance and abuse of power. The NBA remains committed to upholding the Constitution, defending the democratic governance, and ensuring that the rule of law prevails in Nigeria. A state of emergency is an extraordinary measure that must be invoked strictly within the constitutional limits. The removal of elected officials under the pretext of emergency rule is unconstitutional and unacceptable. We call on all relevant authorities to act in accordance with the law and best interests of the country. Nigeria's democracy must be protected at all costs, and the Constitution must be upheld as the supreme legal authority in all circumstances. Signed, Mazi Afam Osigwe, SAN, President, Nigeria Bar Association. Now you can see that even the Nigerian Bar Association has come out to even state it. They should state it. So remember, I was talking because of the internet that was delaying. I was saying something about Natasha that went to BBC to speak about Senator Akpabio and how she felt. So on Tuesday, suspended senator is like the suspension is in the air. There's suspension in the air. So suspended Senator Natasha Akpoti-Diaga has recounted one of the moments of alleged sexual harassment from the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, prior to the clash between them. In an interview with the BBC on Tuesday, the Kogi Central lawmaker claimed that her recent 6-month suspension was a deliberate attempt to silence her. I'm being victimized, that's what she says, Natasha is saying. My suspension is a means of silencing me, Akpoti-Diaga stated. The senator's suspension, which took effect on March 6, was handed down for what was termed gross misconduct after she failed to appear before the Senate Ethics and Privilege Committee. Her suspension followed a heated confrontation with Senate President Godswill Akpabio during a plenary session last month. Akpoti-Diaga has since accused Akpabio of sexually harassing her, alleging that he made inappropriate advances both inside and outside the Senate chambers. She recounted an incident at Akpabio's country home where she claimed he held her hand in a subjective way. You know that kind of thing. Let me give you an example. I did not, when I was growing up, I didn't understand. Somebody will actually want to shake you and they will do like this. I did not understand it when I was growing up. So it was later on people explained to me that is an abuse. It suggests that they're interested in you and they want to actually sleep with you. We were at his country home. He was taking me round his house. My husband was walking behind us. He held my hand. He then squeezed my hand in a very suggestive way. We women, we know what it means when a man squeezes our hand in a suggestive way, she said. When asked if Akpabio had advances towards her inside the Senate chamber, she recalled another incident. There was a time when I rushed to work and forgot to wear my wedding ring. There were about 5 senators there. He said, "Oh, Natasha, you're not wearing your ring. Is this an invitation to treat?" Statement like this. However, Senate Deputy Chief Whip Onyekachi Nwaboye, who reacted to Akpoti-Diaga's interview, dismissed the allegation, stating that Akpabio had never made sexual advances or inappropriate comments towards Akpoti-Diaga. Senator Natasha's legislative activities show this claim is not true, Nwaboye told the BBC, also rejecting her assertion that the Senate was deliberately silencing her. So there's something I want to say about things like this. Why people might notice that I don't like involving myself in things that does not concern me. Because most of all these people, they have daughters, they have sons. Nobody knows when their sons and their daughters might face molestation. Anytime you see the truth, say the truth. If you are sure that Akpabio did not do this to Natasha, God will bless you. But if you are just saying it just to punish her, there's God in heaven. God is the what? Fair judge. He's a fair judge. He listens to everybody's plight. So don't be thinking that you are so special that God will not listen to other people. Okay, let's move on to another topic. We are trying to make use of time. Time might really not be on our side, but we are going to make use of it. So we have spoken about Segun Arinze. We've spoken about Natasha, and then we talk about state of emergency. So I want us to go over Venom Mockery. Let's go to Venom Mockery. So I want to finish all the news before I enter the entertainment section. So Venom Mockery, remember the lady, the NYSC lady that spoke up? Venom Mockery is saying that they should punish that girl. I want you to agree with me. The only problem I have with her statement, yeah, Nigeria, there's a lot of things going on in Nigeria. The only problem I have with that lady's statement is where she used the word terrible leader. When you use the word terrible, terrible, it's as if that person is a murderer. And once you don't have evidence towards somebody, oh, this person is a murderer, this person is a murderer, you have to be what? Very, very careful. You have to be very careful because this English can be so deceitful. You think that you are using the right English usage. By the time you now drop the comment after you have started shouting online, you find out that your English usage is causing trouble for you. Yeah, I want to open it so that we'll be on the same page. Okay? So when a mockery want them to, I'm trying to open the pages because of this network. I don't know. If I cannot open the network, I will abandon it. But in all, because I wanted to read it, but in all, when a mockery, he wants them to punish the NYSC girl. He even said there was a time Davido aired and Davido received punishment. So why is the girl? I really wanted to quote him verbatim. But I will leave his matter and I will come back to it pending when the internet comes back. Because the rest ones I can handle it without the internet. So let's look at this movie they called Gangs of Lagos. Gangs of Lagos, this movie. Let me tell you, I think it's a 7-pack limited. I think it's a limited series, 7 to 1 to 8 or 1 to 7 pack. Man, it was bloody. And the betrayer in that movie called Have Mercy. I really want to find out if they put you under cover, if they can actually abandon you. I would like the English police to respond to this, because what I saw there is like they abandon the guy. This movie, you can watch this Gangs of London, Showmax, on Showmax. Yes, it's there. The first season here is there, but I heard that they've acted already season 2 and 3, but they've not shown it here in Nigeria. I want people to watch out for this film. You see how people betray people. You see deals people have with other people. You understand? These Gangs of Lagos is one film I would like you people to watch. It's very interesting. Then there's another Nigerian movie they call Grind. Hey, this movie, they show it on Prime Video. It's about Nigerian strippers. Those people that go to all those places where they do pole dancing. It's a strip club, yeah, strip club. So there's something I noticed about this film. I don't think a lot of people believe in this film when the part 1 aired. And it's a very interesting and very simple story. But these are things that happen day to day. You don't even know the struggles of the next person. Grind, this movie, this series, Grind. The part 1, I did not see any popular face, or only 2 or 3 popular face I saw. But this part 2 that just came out on Prime Video, is as if most actresses and actors, they are really interested in this movie. It's one of the most interesting Nigerian movies. Though, don't watch it in front of children. That's the truth I can tell you. Don't watch Grind in front of children, because they show real pole stripper moves and lady shaking bomb. So I'm saying it now. Don't allow children to watch this movie with you. Likewise, the other movie is called Tyler Perry's Beauty in Black. I've seen the part 1 and I'm now on part 2. Let me tell you one thing about this movie. All these people, I want to relate it with that Grind. Yeah, Beauty in Black, this movie. I want to relate it with that Grind. Let me tell you one thing I found out about that Grind. No matter the amount they make from all this strip club, they cannot stop the work. They don't have like enough money for themselves. and they have to clothe themselves from that money, and their reputation is damaged. And you now ask yourself, what's the use? What's the need of being this kind of person? I call it prostitution. You should not be saying that they are just dancing. It's prostitution. And that is exactly what was happening in this. It's like, I don't know if they were in a team and they spoke about this movie and they said, because this grind came out before Beauty in Black. That is the truth. This Nigerian grind came out before Beauty in Black. Yes, that is the truth, I can tell you. Because Beauty and Grind, I watched it 2 years ago. Why Beauty in Black came out last year, and it's just this year season 2 is coming out. Why that Grind last 2 years, but the season 2 is just coming out this year. So one Grind is older than that Beauty in Black here in Nigeria when it's being shown. So the truth is that it's like, is there a conference meeting? Because it's the same team. They don't live a very good life. They all live very miserable life, all these strippers. You people need to go and watch this movie. I am telling you. They all live very, very miserable lives. And people are still going out there, hailing them because they have bomb. They will spray all those money. I think it's the club that owns all those money. I wonder how much they pay them. But they don't have, from what I've been hearing the girls saying, they don't have their freedom. They don't have their dignity anymore, and they don't have enough money to take care of themselves. So if you said tomatoes is a bad thing, I don't know why people are afraid of doing all this mania job to make money. Instead, they prefer to go and shake bomb and allow strange men to be touching them. Please, though, that is not how to look for money. The way they taught me how to look for money, you have to go to school, you have to do this one, you have to be a good person. That's how I was growing up. They'll tell you, any good you do will come back to you. I never see them, I will not lie to you. But that does not mean that I will not put my ways will not be straight. Okay, let me see if the internet will permit me to read this Venom Mockery's story before I round up for today. If not, I'll round up. But you will understand that Venom Mockery wants this girl to be punished. That is the truth. Venom Mockery actually want this girl to be punished. So what do you think about this? Even the movie I shared with you people last week, I hope you've seen it. The Wura, very interesting. So I just pray that Fubara will be restored, because I have a lot of questions as a lawyer and as a Nigerian citizen. Why did they come into the conclusion of granting a state of emergency when there's a lot of states in Nigeria that is under siege? States like Borno and every other, those northern states, they need iron hand, an administrator, a uniform administrator. How come it was Rivers State? And I heard that the guys that actually cut that pipeline, that broke that pipeline, what would I say? They've been arrested. Did they interrogate them and even make it to know if what the political crisis is related to what they are doing? Because a lot of people break pipeline just because they want to connect pipe and make them enrich themselves. So how is it connected? I would like them to explain to me very, very well, because as a lawyer and what MB has written, I will stand by what MB has written. For now, I have not seen anything that will require that state of emergency. And Fubara and the House of Assembly in Rivers State, I would like all of you to sit down and pay attention to yourself. Sometimes when you talk too much, you will not understand that you are talking too much. Just listen to your heart and your mind. Are you actually doing all this political turmoil for yourself or for the people? So I will leave this question for all of you from Rivers State to think. And I don't want this thing to go out of control. So I'll come your way next week. I still remember your girl, Barrister Pink Republic, aka the Princess Umuoku Oka. This is our recorded version, and I pray you enjoy it. You cannot call me live anymore, but you can still drop your comments on this video. It's recorded live somewhere else. Then I'll push it when I'm ready, the particular time for Thursday. So have a nice day. And bye for now. Ooh.